How's everyone doing? Hi, everyone. Gate Smasher. Hoorah. That's what I'm having after. I'm going to have my bacon and eggs, actually. Going to have that after. Bacon, eggs, potatoes, beans, canned. Of course, canned. Biden's looking like a right ass, eh? The things that they're doing in the States. Locking us down here, man. Craig, how's it going? Thanks a lot, my friend. Hey, ZG is in the house. How's it going, you guys? Seeing any trolls, any of you? In the communities? Getting pretty bad, eh? Grip Ripper. Hello, Bruce, Darla, and everyone. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you very much. It's, I guess, afternoon for me here, 1:03 p.m. It's been snowing for 1 month. 2-3 flakes every day, all the time. 2-3 flakes, gray sky, 2-3 flakes, gray sky. Pretty bad, actually. Christopher Owens, how's it going, man? Pretty good, man. Last night, Gate Smasher, I caught, it's a short clip. It'll be like 30 seconds, even 3 seconds. It's something went by in the sky yesterday, and I was able to film it for like I filmed it for 5 or 10 minutes, and I was lucky enough to see something going by. So it's a meteor, obviously, or asteroid, or it's debris. It catches on fire as it enters lower Earth orbit, obviously hits the atmosphere, and then you see it light up. I'll get that up in the next video also. And I've been looking at space news, lots of crazy stuff going on. They're talking about Artemis 1, the next SLS mission from NASA that they would like to launch or start the launch, meaning there's a lot to do before doing a launch. As most of you know, they have the fire tests that they do and everything, and that's going to be done in March, February or March, but I'm thinking March, that they want to get that ahead. Why the Russian Space Force, Elon Musk, is one thing at a time. Space Force, infrastructure in space because of attacks, and they want to be more familiar with what's flying around, like supersonic and ballistic missiles, obviously. So they're having problems with China. They're having problems with Russia because Russia wants to stop anything involved in space. And they're developing, obviously, technologies to be able to take down satellites at times where there's a lot of tension between Russia, like now, and wanting them to go off and do all these missions. So, there's going to be, they're looking for people. There are contests for people in space to come up with innovative ideas on how to pick up the space debris. And that was the last stream we talked about it, but still more of this information is coming out. So there's a lot going on. The Pentagon's speaking up also. They're all saying their little say in what has to change. There's a problem, a challenge for the Pentagon in space also, and fighting terror in the U.S. with all the crap going on. I saw what went on in Las Vegas. I'm not even going to mention it here because it was suppressed off of the media. I saw it on Alex Jones' channel. If you want to go see it, Infowars.com, to get informed, to see like 15-20 minutes of what happened in Las Vegas that was held off of the news. We have, who else? Ace Brad, Paranormal. Nice to see you, brother. I hope things are going well, man. And considering everything that goes on in our lives sometimes, and I'm wishing you all a happy new year for 2022. Lots of new, beautiful things that are going to occur to us all. Hopefully always and only beautiful, but they won't be, of course, right? Not to jinx anyone, but that's how it is, right? Life is like that. When things get crazy, and we really are. Static Bat, how's it going? We really are living in the Matrix. Look at it how you want. We definitely are looking in the Matrix. Those of you who have sent any mail in, I went 3 days ago. I haven't been this week. Well, actually, what am I saying? 3 days ago. What are we? Monday or Friday? Yes, Friday. But I'll be checking that out during the weekend or the beginning of the weekend. I'll let you know. Any mail that comes in, it is long. They are taking long. Peter, thanks a lot, man. Hey, Bruce and all. I'm late. Just got home from work. Hello. Thanks so much, man, for after a long day's work coming to say hello. I saw your video. I posted in the community. You caught a cool object going underneath, well, not underneath the sun, but you saw it in the distance of the sun, that's for sure. Very odd, smoky, sort of patchy object going by, a UFO. So I posted that in the community if you all want to see what Peter Benton caught too. And he filmed the sun this morning because I didn't. We're in a snowstorm, man. We got a snowstorm. I appreciate everyone and anyone that always gets the sun to know how the spots are looking from different areas from where we are. Pretty similar. That's the only way of finding out how the sun rotates, is examining those sunspots. If not, we wouldn't know how it rotates. And for those of you who didn't know, I get a lot of people on the channel say, Bruce, this is a stupid question, but don't feel bad for asking anything. I'm not a genius, and I look up and research most of the questions that you all ask me before answering you, obviously, to be sure that I give right answers. And again, I'm not a teacher, so if I make mistakes, I make mistakes. But the sun doesn't rotate like the other planets. Well, it doesn't actually have to, and it has different rotations around it, different streams of atmosphere that you see, different levels of heat and stuff. It's so screwed up, and it can rotate in a flash. I've seen the sunspots shift in a matter of 30 minutes completely to the other side of the sun, and then I've watched it all day long and only see a little bit of a rotation. Maybe it has to do with the heat of the sun. And they tell us a lot about the sun online, but they don't tell us everything, that's for sure. When you're filming it and analyzing it, you're saying something odd about that, like you all tell me the distances of the sun to us, the distances of the stars to us, Sorenek, the distances of the moon to us. We don't know if what the distances are, right? We depend on science and what they told us, and I guess a whole bunch of truth and lies all mixed together. That's the information that's out there on YouTube. I'm doing very good, ZG. Thanks a lot. Health-wise, doing good. My eye. It's I just to say I didn't come on, but that's how it is. We all have a whole bunch of little icks and little problems with us, whether it be eyes, elbows, ears, nose, mouth, throats, and stuff. Well, in my case, it's my eye that gets very. It could be allergies. I'm not sure myself what it is. I do a lot of screen time. And that's the eye that I look through with the infrared. I'm often looking through those, digital eye holes, and not peepholes. So my mom can be so proud. I decided to go for the digital eye holes. Anyways, Crimson Drums in the house. Howdy, Bruce. How's it going? It's going very well, guys. Thanks. Next video will be up also today during the streams, probably after this one, if not right after the next one. Depends on where I'll be at that time. About to have a Snowmageddon here this weekend. Thanks for the heads up. Yes, and I guess a lot of people, well, here, snow, not too bad. We went through, no, I'm not looking at snow on the floor. I'm just thinking of something. We went through a lot of cold weather, minus 32 with the wind chill factor. So it was like minus 26, minus 28. And with the wind chill factor went down below the minus 30. So people say, well, you're Canadian, but no, Canadians and nobody should be used to, unless we're in Siberia, even now the temperatures are changing, but minus 30 is cold. Minus 20s, everyone gets it. Even in the States, some of you guys that don't even get snow usually have encountered, plunging down into low temperatures, which is probably pretty scary for some of you guys, like in Texas, when that went down. People here, obviously, a lot of people were like, oh, I'm laughing. Get on a bloody coat. Well, it doesn't come down to that. It comes down to that all of your water systems and everything are not designed like us here to be in cold temperatures. Like to have running water at minus 40, the pipes are insulated and it's all differently placed than in the States running along the surface. You're screwed. You won't get any water. Some people were having problems with their water actually in Texas when the temperatures were changing. So all these problems coming to light. Hi, Karen. Daniel Caesar. Rebaldo. Felicitaciones, Bruce, desde Mendoza, Argentina. Muchas gracias. Bienvenido. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you, man. I get some people from Argentina that come to look at the videos. I think that's totally awesome. Who wouldn't, right? Having a channel, you get a whole bunch of a whole bunch of countries that come to see your work. And the communication problem is that when you look at the videos, that's the communication, when you think of it. So thanks for being here, Gate Smasher, and everyone. Crimson Drums for being members, guys. Or hey, like Kai. Hey, love you guys. Love you more, man. Hope everything's doing okay. Loving your carving videos, bro. Those rocks are absolutely awesome. Get any trolls yet? Hint, hint. I know so bad. Haven't commented yet, but I've been seeing. That's how it is. A bit of jealousy comes up and stuff. But you're a good guy, man. That's what happens. A lot of good people get attacked sometimes. Not saying I'm not labeling myself as a good person. You guys have to do that. But in general, some people that are just innocently like me with their silly smiles here, just talking about space and whatever we want to do, we often get a lot of trolls. People get sort of jealous. Penny Bunny's exposing my address, but here in Quebec, the one that was already exposed 2 years ago, but in the community sections and in the comment section. So they are afraid. They're very careful with the guidelines of what's going on. But a lot of the troll channels, Kai, are being taken down. We got Tony Mirando, that pedo, was taken down. And, these people at one point won't be back. But YouTube has to really reinforce their guidelines because they're not reinforcing their guidelines. There's too many tricks, I guess, to get around the guidelines. The trolls, they do just that during the day to try to find out a way to F the system over. Hey, Franco from Urundel, Argentina. Fabricio, muchas gracias. Thank you, you guys in Argentina. Welcome. Thanks a lot. That is awesome. That's awesome that the word gets around. Thanks, Daniel. And thanks, Franco. My friends from Argentina, Grip Ripper. Hey, Bruce, 1804 in Yorkshire. Here. So it's a rock. I got some trolls in your hand, man. I got to send you to their houses. So it's a rock shaped like a rabbit. Give me a break. Since we did a cube, cube looked like a rabbit. No idea what picture they used, but it wasn't the same location. Oh, 1840. So it's a rock shaped like a rabbit. So what they changed? I didn't hear about that one. Is this another finding, Grip Ripper? About another rock? What? And we're gonna have to wait 3 bloody days, which is 3 lunar days, for to find out what they're talking about the cube. So that could mean January and February. Artemis. So there's Elon Musk is going to send up 4,000. He was just cleared for it, guys. 4,000, almost 5,000 satellites that he's going to see how distressed I am. I'm excited when this shit happens. There's so much going on in the skies, and that means we're going to be seeing a lot. So Elon Musk is using, that big ass spaceship, a bit bigger than what I'm showing you, that he made. I forget the name, Star something. Anyways, he's using it to launch himself. Is 5,000 satellites. So Elon Musk is going to be doing it himself. So the government probably said you can get a pass on launching them ahead of time instead of waiting 2 or 3 months, but you're going to have to pay for it. And Elon Musk, well, this guy owns a whole CEO of these big companies in Tesla. Well, I don't know if he still is. I think he was. He was at one point. He developed into PayPal. It's all his. These are all his things online, right? Whether he invented them or not, he owns them. And I get a lot of commercials by Elon Musk where he's talking about entering this sort of literally looks like a triangle, money pit triangle or something, but he's doing all these things with investments and investing and stuff. He's a hell of a smart guy, I'm telling you. Hey, Dennis the Menace, Happy New Year, my brother. Let's talk about space. The biggest empty space is in the human brain. You're damn right about that. Let's hope we can all be a little smarter in 2022, myself included. Same here. I love you, man. Love you more, man. Thank you very much. And thanks, Dennis, for the ongoing support, man. All these years and everything that you guys do to help the channel. It's greatly appreciated. So you guys, Christopher Rollins is about, thanks again, you guys and Peter and everyone. You guys are about to be snowed in. Well, it's funny. I didn't look to see if they announced any snow, but obviously you jinxed me. It's not a jinxing. I do believe in the energy. I don't know why, but I believe when we talk about certain things happen. Do you guys notice that? Am I losing it? Is that a bit too deep? Seriously, when we talk about things in the community here and we linger on a certain subject, ever notice how not long after that something sort of happens? Anyways, it's maybe coincidence or not. Like with Betty White, I'm still stumped and like mortified by what happened by me mistakenly saying Betty White, poor Betty, 3 weeks before her death, that she had passed away without even anybody knowing that she was sick. So, well, obviously they knew she was sick. Nobody was telling us. Movie stars, especially Betty White, she was really liked. A lot of people keep that information hidden for the families, which is normal. Nick, how's it going, man? Thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks for all the support, everyone. I heard we had a very fast sun flare. Yeah, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see it. So that's something that's probably scaring them a little bit. There was some occurrence with the residents, of course, and a whole bunch of these graphs that are toppling up and down, a whole bunch of different things. The sun is reacting differently. It is pretty bad. The sun is pretty bad. I haven't filmed it today. I haven't filmed it. Yes, Peter got it. Peter Benton got it. You can check out the community. I posted this video. And hopefully tonight, though, I will be getting some sky. I'll show you guys the missile or supersonic missile or whatever I caught yesterday, debris, UFO. It always comes down to the fight on what it is, but it catches on fire as it enters the atmosphere, and I was able to capture it. Little capture, right? Takes like 6 seconds for it to come in and you see it. Then we can analyze it and look at it a couple of times. It's cool, though, being able to capture these things, because how can I say it? For me, it's an incredible thing. I still can't get over having seen those UFOs swing left and right on the moon. It's something I'll never let up. It's something I want. Fortunately, not a lot of people know about. Only you guys know about this. That's the worst of it. Say to yourself, we're about 300 to 600 people. Yes, I know it's been seen a lot, my videos, but in general, there's about 1,000 people that know exactly what's going on and what I caught on the moon. There's not a lot of people that know it. The governments know that, so they let the channel go. You know, if I had millions of people, maybe the channel probably would have been closed. Casa Nostra, hello to you. Thanks, eh? Thanks for the comments and everything, my friends. More static electricity in this freaking microphone again. I don't know if that happens to you guys. I get shocked by it. It lifts up my beard there. Overcast here. Starting. The Bacon Smasher. No, man, it won't. Not for us, Kai. Actually, as a matter of fact, Kai, we're never right, humans, on anything that we predict or say most of the time. So probably the next couple of days we're gonna have are gonna be amazing. Let's get back to each other on that. And if it gets worse and worse and worse, let's never bring it up again. But we never know. I believe in that changing of energy. I really do. I really do believe in that changing of energy. I believe you could grab dark energy, haul it in towards yourself, and turn it around and throw it back. It's good white energy. Ain't I crazy? Hey, Darla. Thanks for being here, Darla. There's my Spanish channel. Hey, speaking of Spanish channel, I have a video up for you guys today. Tomorrow I am getting up a Spanish video, a nice long Spanish video. So I'm going to be practicing my Spanish. So if you have Spanish friends or people that don't understand English, I know a lot of Latin American people are here, a lot of Spanish speaking people that are in the States that are here also, or people from Mexico. Share the Spanish channel. The Spanish channel is going to get bigger than the French channel the way it's going. So did you see the thing again past the sun found on Peter's video yesterday? That's ZG. That's it. Exactly it. That's the video I posted on in my community, but it's on Peter Benson's channel. You go see it's his last video, but I like seeing captures like that, and I like the way he posted it. What is it? You know, and we'll go, oh, this is a, you know, that's a bird. It doesn't look like a bird, to be honest with you. It's too straight. The body never flinches, but there's something going on, like a little haze or cloud around it. We could see differently with different screens, but check it out. It was a cool video. Orel's Bud LGB, how's it going, man? Hi, Bruce and other Terrans. How you all doing? We're waiting for information to come out. We're so excited about nothing. I guess I don't know. It's like, and guys, they're waiting for the defense funding in the States. This is important, and Americans probably all know this way before me, but this is why they're waiting to talk about other programs. Artemis 1 is waiting for funding for certain programs. There's, the satellites that are going up and programs, and Space Force new programs, and there's not enough capacity on the surface to be able to launch all the satellites that they want to launch. So now they're saying that there's launch stations, I call them launch stations, launch pads that are maybe not necessarily out of date, but they're going to have to update. They're talking about wanting funding, needing funding. And that's how it is. We're going into a new space era. A lot of you have been saying it since the beginning of the year, since you've been on the channel. Says Bruce, we're already in the future. This is like, it is creepy. It really is scary. Lots of things going on now that the news isn't telling us. And that's the scariest thing for me. That's the most upsetting thing for me, is that the news would actually hide some of those things. So thanks a lot, guys. Joshua, how's it going? Hey, thank you very much, Joshua, for being here, my friend. Thanks for appreciating the channels, you guys. And welcome to all new subscribers. For those of you who took the time to subscribe. And I thank you all for having helped me, all of us, get to 91,000 subscribers, even though there's probably not 91,000 watching us, but there's still 91,000 people I was able to connect with here on the channel, and loads more. I have millions of views on some of my videos, but that were presented on other channels. The Real Jimmy Roberts, Happy New Year, man. We don't talk to him anymore, obviously. Well, channels we don't get a chance to talk to each other very much, lose time, and time flies by. But I mean, I never had any problems with the guy. And he posted a video of mine talking about my research, talking about Crow 777's research, and the video got over 2 million views. Look at it like you want. Not many, I've never had a video get up to even 1 million views. And when you're able to have a community to get up to at least 2 million views, too bad. You look at his channel now and it's like it stopped. It's like it didn't stop. It's impossible that it can stop like that. It's like somebody put a pause button on it. I don't know if it's a manipulation or trolls or hackers. Obviously is what they are doing. They have full control of the platform here on YouTube and can do a lot of bad stuff to some channels. Smoke this. Can't wait to be a space pirate. You know, it's funny you say that, eh? I wish, no, I'm not going to wish that, because you got to be careful what you wish for. But I hear you. Maybe if I was a bit younger, I would have loved to have maybe had a chance to be a space cadet, go out into space. But then again, we would have been stuck not talking about certain things. And, you know, that could be scary when you think of it. So, geez, Peter, thanks a lot, man. GGMO, Zach, ENT should take some credit for spotting that thing in my vid. Thanks again, Zach. 10-4. Thanks for letting us know that. No, it was definitely, and if you're like me, thanks a lot, man. If you're like me, Peter, I have a lot of captures that I don't mention. Sometimes they're smaller captures. But you guys always tell me, Bruce, at 2 minutes 33 up on the top left, it's going by. In the top, you can see an object going by. Sometimes I don't always mention every little object, but that wasn't a small enough. It seemed like it was very far away, the object, but it was very big. It did look elongated. For all you know, it could be a leftover ballistic missile or whatever floating around. And I'm serious, man, because there's so much shit, excuse the expression, in lower Earth orbit. Hey, Elon Musk, those 5,000 satellites are supposed to go up only 550 kilometers over us. That is not very, very high. Always approximately probably around where the space station is, but I heard the space station was a bit higher than that. But they're coming down with the satellites to get a better reception. What is that going to do to our health? I don't even think there's any research being done on it. I think they researched it. They know, and they just don't care. It's going to go through anyway. Hey, hello, the stats. Julie and Floyd are here. Thank you very much, the stats. Say hello to Floyd for me, the hardworking friend. Welcome to Bruce Sees All, fellow Skywatchers. Thank you for sharing your time. Please give Bruce a thumbs up. I do appreciate the thumbs up. And it means more than you can even imagine to a creator. And now I understand those big channels, the ones that worked at it to get there, right? Like, I've never been jealous of any other channel. It's awesome seeing that some channels can get so huge. And, you know, I didn't exactly choose the right field, I think, to be able to get my channel shared. My music channel has a chance of getting bigger, not because I'm good, just because this is pretty secret stuff. And it's in a time where I couldn't have been better timed, or should I say worse timed, to come up with this, these theories about someone being on the moon. And of course, I wasn't the first. Hundreds, thousands of people have talked about it. But actually seeing it in your own work and stuff, it takes a lot of time and effort. That's all it is. It's just time and effort. The only thing NASA's launching is your imagination into space. Yeah. Well, I don't have an imagination, Alan. I do not have an imagination because I wouldn't be here. I do have a big imagination, actually. That's what got me ahead. That's what makes me write music. That's what makes me write poetry. That's what makes me speak to people and confront people and laugh at anyone I want to. Anyone that's mean, I just chuckle and laugh at you guys. Make fun of your noses and asses. I don't care. That's how I am. I'm a comedian, I guess. Read between the lines. That's what people never really understood. Is that the best? It's not nice to laugh at people. So what I do is the people that come in and laugh at me or are offensive, I'll just laugh at them. Nothing wrong with laughing. I call that turning the cheek. Things are going good. Thank you, Bruce C's. All hope, all is well on your end, brother. Super good, man. Thanks a lot, bro. A bit worried about, you know, well, my kid and work and stuff and the mandates and what's going on. Supreme Court just ruled out the mandate for businesses that have 100 workers and more to have to enforce the V. One small win, and I see it that way, that little bit by little bit we'll get ahead. You hear a victory in a certain country, you hear another victory in a certain country. So it's going to come to the point where we're going to achieve what we want, but how many people are going to die throughout that, and how many people are going to, lose their businesses and jobs? So many people are losing their businesses and jobs. Some people are on what's the word for that? There's a word for it. I forgot. Sorry. You know what I mean? You get hours taken off your pay because, like a lockdown, right? So like you're limited to certain hours. This happened recently to a lot of people, unfortunately. Thanks again, Franco Vidal. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks again, Static Bat. Thank you. I am Kai. Erkuta Viarica or Viarica. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Romania. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Thanks. Romania. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, it's totally cool, man. I mean, wow. It is. But that's how I believe the only way we can connect is by, people in Romania coming to see. So people in Romania must see a lot of UFOs too, and they must be looking at the skies, and they must have UFO videos there, and people, ufologists in their own towns, to be able to understand every language, just to be able to interact with the ufologists in all the languages. Imagine talking to someone on an Indian reserve somewhere where the language is like unknown, and this guy studies the sky and knows all about UFOs. Imagine all the lost information that there is out there because we can't communicate with each other. If there was one universal language, but then again, I don't like talking too much about the ones, like the one world government. Maybe a universal language wouldn't be a good ideal. What keeps us diverse and what keeps us different and unique, that's for sure. Having many different languages, for sure. Well, that answers my question. Glad I caught that and pointed it out for you, Peter. Congrats on having a camera on the right place, on the right time. And that's how it is. That's what it comes down to. Right place, right time. It's always how it is. Most of the time, we're not in the right place. We're never in the right place at the right time. Andrew Lepensi, how are you, brother? Super controversial, but I think the V is a cure for radiation poisoning from Fukushima. You were the first that had mentioned that to me a while back as a theory, or maybe I'm dreaming it, but I'm pretty sure you did. They're pushing it so hard because they will be exposed for lying about the fallout effects if they don't. Very interesting. Andrew, thank you very much for bringing that up. That is another very interesting thing. Yeah, you could look at it very, very many ways. And if there was the fallout, Fukushima, man, the fallout was horrendous, and it extended everywhere, right? Basically, it just went out across the world with all the other crap that's going on around there. So thank you for that point and the generous contribution, man, and everything, all the help you guys give to the channel. Thanks, you guys. Rex is in the house. Thanks, Kai. Hey, Rex, Caradog. Hello, Bruce and Darla. It's been a while since I caught the live show. Thanks a lot, Rex. Keep up the work. JD Rex Carrot Dog, aka Candyman. Candyman. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks a lot, Rex, aka Candyman. Thanks for the support, you guys. I appreciate that. Ever heard of Elisa Laser? Yes, interferometer is space antenna. Yes, I have, KM. There's a nice one that you just brought up. Those, yeah, wow. I should have even studied a bit more into it. Those are interesting points to bring up. James Webb is completely launched. They have the polar. Basically, they added a polarized lens to it. That's how everything was folded up. All these sections rolled out and were placed properly. They did 3 or 4 processes that they had to do to be able to deploy the deployments of the objects. And there's also an antenna, because you reminded me of the antenna on the James Webb telescope. And so now what? Now they're going to be out looking for life on Titan, going by the sun to see what's going on, film certain big ass asteroids that are behind or beside the sun. There's so much going on now. It's just seriously getting crazy. Hello, Denmark's in the house. Do people have big imaginations down in Denmark, Alan, about what's on the moon? Because what I'm showing is no imagination. It's real. The moon's inhabited, my friend. They got people up there. Hey, listen, they maybe even have some people from Denmark. Who knows? Imagine how many people they could have up there, human or not. You never know. I haven't seen anything in our skies lately. Same here. Gate Smasher, hoorah. Absolutely nothing, Gate Smasher. Sky's dead. Yesterday was the first, and I got that debris or meteor or UFO. I don't think it's a UFO. Doesn't look like a UFO. Looks like something catching on fire. And I'll show it to you. But it's been dead here. And he says lately, but on the grounds, in the backwoods, sables afoot. Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. I should bring you guys out into the woods around here, to the deep woods. Got some nice, creepy areas, a lot of weird footprints. Oh, no, I hope not. I see so much shit. I wouldn't want to go in the woods just in case I see this big footprint. Then somebody tells me it's a big bird or it'll be something like that. The laser interferometer space antenna LISA is a proposed space probe to detect, accurately measure gravitational waves. Yes, tiny ripples in the fabric. I love saying that expression, of space and time. That's exactly what I declared that the waves were that I saw over the moon. It's a ripple in the fabrics of space and time. They're moving space and time around. You can see the displacement of the atmosphere as these objects, dense objects, are either going fast or entering an atmosphere, and we can see that difference. And 2027, the observatory, which observatory? It's the, my goodness, is it the Romanian observatory? Because now I'm stuck on Romania. It's funny. Am I wrong? Is it Romania? There's a new observatory telescope that's going to be launched in 2027. Has a lot of functionalities along those lines also. Yeah, you said it, man. It's exactly it. So, they live there. They love the cold. Yeah, come on. They're probably more accustomed and used to the cold, obviously, because we get used to it, but there's no getting used to minus 30. There really is no used to it. Have a question for Bruce, please type it in early. If you have a question for Bruce, please type it in early, because Bruce takes effing ages to be able to see the comments. And that's at 112. We're down to 137. Mix ma'am, thank you very much. The stats, and I'm going to go downwards here. Fellow chatters from Lancashire, UK, thank you very much. Rotten Rave is in the house. I have to scroll down here if I miss anyone. Oliver Klein's in the house. When the Ouija board coming out, hope I haven't missed it. It came out, man. I had it. I have it here. I try to watch live as often as I can. Thanks a lot, Crimson Drums. Can't always tune in the 8 p.m. streams. Yeah, because of time difference here in the UK. And I love you for it, especially you guys in the UK. I know it's totally different, drastic times. No, I tried the Ouija board. I also tried the Ouija board with my son when he came over during Christmas. Um, Nothing. Actually, I'm not going to hide it. It was dead. I've played alone with Ouija boards, not hundreds, only those 2 or 3 times that I did in my life when I was very young, and it I was always curious at wanting to try it again. So now I have a lot of things happening to me around the board. So when I brought the board out, things were going on around me now instead of as to the board. But I do tests all the time. I will do tests also. And the ideal is that I have some, I haven't seen them in a long time, but I have some very energetic friends that when we touch those things, the boards go crazy, and I want to have a session where we'll film it. I promise, Crimson Drums, if I do something, I will let you know, but I'm not going to hide it. I did the tests with the board. It did not move. It didn't give me any sign of anything. I didn't feel any energy in it either as to how I really did when I was younger. But again, it's a new board. We'll see what happens. It's right there, sitting there waiting for something to come into it. Maybe one night I'll see something outside and it'll get more and more energy. If it sticks around with me, it'll get some energy. That's for sure. Afternoon to you too, Cussy. Australia brutal for the unvax. Yeah, it is. It is very sad. I was just kicked out of my. I'm going to be kicked out of the Walmart there. We'll be able to go to Walmarts and Costco's and any stores. Me so far. Tuesday, I have to go pick up a little bottle of wine or something because the Saks won't be allowed to go there. The unveed will not be allowed to enter. And yeah. So, like I said, I've always been a person where I respect the choices of others. And those of you who do, those of you who don't, I respect it. I know what I know. I know what's in them. It's like going to a restaurant, right? When you go to a restaurant and you order a meal and someone tells you it's a special kind of meat, you're going to love this meat. It's a very special type of animal. Are you going to eat it? Maybe you will. I know a lot of people would, but I wouldn't. I want to know what meat it is. I want to know what type of animal it is. I want information on that. But some people, not everyone is like that. Some people go right through it. Okay, but that's why what's going on now is showing us that there's two sides of everyone here on Earth. There's the ones that are awake and standing up, and there's the ones that are asleep and listening to everyone, but they think that they're doing good, and they're talking down to the unveed. Careful, yet some people are going to. I'm not going to say it. Some people are really going to be harassed. That's what they want us to do. They want us to fight. Neighbors veed, neighbors not veed. They want us to fight about that. So, how's it going? Mick Maham's here. Hey, Bruce, how's the harp playing going? A super good, Mix Mayhem. Thanks for asking, man. I've been having a lot of fun. It's uniquely the first time I try a harp since 26 or 27 years. I had one for 2 or 3 weeks, never played it. I tried it without any lessons, obviously, but when I got stolen. But when I tried it, I had an easy way of making the sounds come out. And it's all in the lip, right? It's just moving the lip forward and backwards. Every sound that comes out is just moving the lip sideways or forward and backwards, puckering like Penny Bunny or like Ace of Spades, however you want to put your mouth or face. But I've been having a lot of fun. For me, it's something to relax me. I'm doing this research full time, so at night, late sometimes I try to, play the guitar. Today it's Fast Car. I was listening to the right up just for the fun of it. Tracy Chapman, the song Fast Car, and I started playing it. My advantage, guys, is I have a capo, right? If you have a capo, a lock fret, which you can see right there going across the first fret there. So it's a lock fret. So I have a guitar. You could play thousands of songs. Thousands of songs. You want to play Hotel California, but you don't want to. You want to have an easier access, a way to play more easily, easier chords. You can use the capo. It's all the same. All notes that are played, no matter what the song, in reality, basically are the same notes, right? They're just played differently or in higher octaves. It's all the same. Go from a C, G, C, You go up an F, you go up to a D. You're just changing octaves. So with the capo, you could basically always play all your songs on 3 frets using the capo, just by always moving around the capo. I've been experiencing mix mayhem with the capo really high up on the fret. That's what I like playing, like up to the 11th fret or the 9th fret. You have it really high up, and then all the chords are like way high up. Lots of songs that have been played that people use those. The Beatles, Here Comes the Sun, has the fret up to the 7th or 9th fret, I think. Brings like dee, 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 brings the music way up. Sorry guys, I'm stuck on music. I'm back. Martin, how's it going? Music was my first love, Mix Mayhem. I love music, man. And I had to go get a couple of them. I had no choice, right? When I bought the harp, I wasn't going to do a mistake. And if anyone does want to invest in a harp, it's not the end of the world. You can get one probably for about 60, 70 bucks, you know, depending on which one you want. So I had to go get 3 chords, man. And I got the G, I got the C, and I got the A. And now, when I had first bought the harp, I didn't know that if you wanted to follow a song on the guitar that they're playing in E, okay, that you had to use a C harp chord, because the C harp chord plays in the E major guitar, you know. So it's like it was screwed up. So I wanted to know Neil Young, how, you know, when he plays his songs, when he plays one of the songs is one of the videos of Neil Young. If you all know Neil Young, you saw the video. He's taking all his harps out of his pockets and he's playing around because he's changing octaves and stuff like that. I've also seen him play with the capo. A lot of people do. So it permits you to play a whole bunch of different octaves and different songs. And Revens, hello to you. Let me scroll down to see where everyone is now. Thanks again, Dennis and everybody. Rick, how's it going, man? Richard Crooks, thanks for being here, you guys. You know, hey, Cussy, I hear you on that. I feel the same way. Yeah, Musk oil. Yeah, that. I actually had a dream about that. Don't tell me he's making Musk oil. The guy himself is, you know, I put him in the boat with DARPA, NASA, you know, all these, you know, General Electric. They're all the same people. Hydro. They're all working for one government, one idea. And all these technologies, they're making money with it by selling us silly little things, like things that I love, like what my son gave me, a lamp that turns on, little holographic images and stuff. That's what they do with technology for us, is just making money. They're not showing us anything. Thank you, Darla. Appreciate that. Being only one moon man trying to chat with everyone is earthly impossible. Yeah, that's true, you know, when you think of it. But the truth is coming out. So, listen, everything that's going on, okay, everything that Artemis went, they're going to the moon. They're not going to be able to hide it. There's never been a time where they said that they went to the moon to work and to live and stuff. They're rushing on getting the satellites out so that there can be the communication on the moon. And here, you know, Elon Musk, this was years ago. I heard he's going to drop off some cargo very soon. It would be in 2022 in Mare Crisium. They're supposed to drop off cargo, first mission. So we are going to see a lot of tests this year. I pray to the Lord, I pray to God that I'm going to get a chance to see any sign of any landing, even if it's a flash of light. Imagine that. I sort of feel like I'm back in the 60s. That's how I feel. I used to feel I was in the future, guys, the technology, when I was really young. And the older I'm getting, the more I'm seeing that we're really primitive. And aside from nice flashing lights and nice ailerons on cars that change the look of things and stuff, we're not doing much different. Everything's the same. Everything gets redesigned, right? The phones get redesigned. They do new things. Oh, wow. They they finally permitted us to have a phone without a freaking electrical cord. Whoa, my first cordless phone. We're not getting much of the technology, that's for sure. I bet you there are hundreds, maybe I'm exaggerating, 100 years ahead in space uh, as to what they're showing us here. I'm talking about the humans. I'm not talking about extraterrestrials, even though we don't know if they even exist. You said it, Kaywood. There are no coincidences. Yep, those are the mongering agendas. They're all coming out. The leftist mongers, which are actually putting down the rights. And I mean, you ask most people, are you right or leftist? They're like, oh, please stop with the rights and the left. I'm so confused. Are you awake or woke? Be careful what you say, because now everything's becoming a term. Uh, Actually, everything's being lost as a term. Now it's just, like the word racist. We destroyed racism in 2021. The word didn't have much meaning anymore, I find. That's what we do. We destroy things. We're good at doing that. Humans are good at doing that. Hope you can hire the kids in the neighborhood to shovel. Yes, see, those are not, those. Yeah, listen, the blast of snow is being sent to your house, Bruce. Oh, thanks a lot. But I do have a kid that will shovel though. Bruce's big ass will be shoveling too. But those are things that help a lot. Kid next door that was having problems, let him cut the grass a couple of times because of that. He had no income, no money, and everyone was stuck down on the lockdowns and stuff. So that helps. A lot of people helped a lot of kids doing that for sure. Good mention. What happened with Carefree Observatory? Carefree Marty, unfortunately, suddenly passed away. It was a very, very sad story. He had something with his, I don't know if it's intestines or cancer or whatnot, and he passed away. And he um, was building the observatory to be able to come up to um, the point where the house was done, and that he would have been able to start making videos. And unfortunately, we lost him as a friend. He passed away, and it's not that long ago. His channel's still up, Carefree Observatory, if you want to wish a happy new year to his family and to Marty, because he's still listening. His channel's up. He did pass away, but his family's there. I'm sure his family goes and looks at the comments sometimes, or they will. That's right. Careful what I wish for. That's why I don't wish to be rich. I've never wished. There's lots of things I've never wished for, right? I've prayed to be comfortable, and I am. And every time I complain, well, the big guy tells me, you asked to be comfortable. What do you complain about? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Going back. I'm going back. That's how we are. Is that Las Nifias are? Thank you very much. Hello, it was late. I like your show. Thanks a lot. Thanks, you guys, for taking the time to connect and watch the show. I really appreciate that. We're in the middle of winter here right now. The sky is very bad, but it still doesn't stop me from getting out every chance I get. This year is a pretty unique year for the sky being bad. It started last year with the clouds, and now for some reason there's more cloud formation, which makes totally sense. Those of you who believe in climate change or not, the heat's being caught here under the lower clouds, which are a mile up everywhere around the world. The first layer, then it goes up about a mile. Then over that, when the heat tries to get out of that, it comes back down as rain, and we're getting a lot of precipitation. We're seeing a lot of days that it's gray and it's clouds. And again, it's been snowing for a month, but no accumulation, guys. It's just always a couple of flakes, just to say that it looks like it's like bad day weather without necessarily having big snowstorms. But Christopher Rollins is going to taste some snow tonight, he says, or this weekend. I didn't check. I hope not. Wow. We didn't get any here. No chems here either. Hey, Cussy, in a while, but it's because I've probably not seen them. They were just so bloody bad. Will MC, hello to you. Moonbird in the house. Oh, thanks, my friend. I'm chosen to take care of you guys. Yeah, Walmart. I'll be blocked from Walmart. Kumbaya. Imagine being blocked from Walmart. It's like basically I live there. That's everything I bought. My clothing, my no, guys, everything. My food, my clothing, my carpets, my socks, all my paintings. No, but seriously, stopping people from going to Walmart. I go there to get the cheap food. That's how we are. Slaves with benefits. Yep, it's exactly it. Yeah, and not even funny. Seriously, you know. Thank you very much, Sun and Rise. Sorry I missed that, my friends. Happy New Year also, and thanks for watching the channel. Appreciate that, you guys. A custody, but nurses and such can work if their symptoms are minimal. Yeah, that's what they're saying. But see, they're changing, right? The mandate there. It just happened. The Supreme Court just ruled for businesses with 100 employees and up, no longer having to enforce the M date. So, like I said, it's little pockets of wins, but I really appreciate them. Snow on fire. I'm still late in the question. Sorry, guys. Question: on the night of Saturn Jupiter alignment, a fleet of lights traveled low. I was there. Traveled low, moving above our forests out back, then above our house with no sound. In unison, no smell. Any idea what it was? Interesting. On the night of the Saturn Jupiter alignment, a fleet of lights traveled low, moving. Satellites are not low. Even when they're launched, they go up in orbit and they're very, very small. So unless you saw more than 3 of them together, you know, or more than 50 of them together, they would not be satellites. That's for sure. It's a fleet of lights. It traveled low, moving above our forest out back. It's literally, I believe, I'll tell you what, Snow on Fire. That's what's going to happen. I believe that the lights that the Pentagon and the 3 branches of military in the States are talking about, the UFOs, the UAPs, are the lights that, like, for example, that you just saw. Imagine if you were at a nuclear facility and all of a sudden you saw those mothers going by. You're going to have to report them. So I can only imagine how often that happens. There was mention. I'm going to read that, guys. There was mention that the government was doing that with the satellites. They sent them up. But I do believe that there is some type of invasion of those lights. And again, I hope to God that it's not Russia or China that is using some type of bioweapon also. That's another thing. The 5G was activated. The 5G was activated just on January 5th. I believe the 5G was activated. And let me scroll down here. Have I ever done that? I'll do it now because that way people will see the questions. Therese Be Kind's here. Thank you very much for being here. Sugar Bee. Keep telling him until he looks. I'm there now. I'm getting there, you guys. A lot of strange things are appearing on shore. It'd be impossible for me to get all of them, but I always try. Appearing on shores and in the ocean since the big quake in Japan and New Zealand. That's also very true. And yeah, there's lots of things going on. Like I said, check it out, Gate Smasher. There was that in Las Vegas. Something came up. Machine guns, guys. At I'm not going to name the town. It's Las Vegas. It was on the Jones show, and he showed it, and it was something they kept hush hush. They didn't talk about it. The next day, the news didn't mention it. Things like that should not be held out of the news because that's scary stuff. That's proof that the news is hired as a weapon against us to tell us what we want to hear. It's just totally ridiculous. Backyard astronaut in the house. Good evening from Holland. Thanks, you guys. Hey, Tiny Pepper. I hope Bruce will look. Okay, I'm going back up, you guys. I see something there. Took the pic from the front door. Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic. Tower of Babel coming down and separating us. That's exactly what's going on. Hey, Jean-Claude. Happy New Year, brother. John, you guys can check out his channel too. Big community. he keeps getting taken down. It's not for nothing. He has an 003 there. Damn, you're getting up fast, man. It's good for you, bro. Another friend of the channel. Good guy. John Black, another friend of the channel. We have got to connect with fellow beings in order to get through this. Love to all. I love that you said that. Thanks a lot, John Black. Thanks for being here, brother. I believe that. I honestly believe that. Oneva, thank you very much. It was magnificent. Had a happy time connected. We connected several times. Absolutely. Helping me share my work. And I got a lot of people from his community that come here also. And hopefully some people from my community that go over there too. Thanks, Oneva. So I'm scrolling all the way down now. Carlos Skywatcher's in the house. Hey, Bruce, it really makes, says Moonbird, wants you go see what's up there, doesn't it? It really does. We're not looking for a fight. Peace, man. Just want to see what's happening. It's exactly it. Like, it doesn't affect me that they hid that from me in a way where I'm enraged. I'm just laughing at the fact of it, and that I'm freely going to talk about it and give my opinions and ideas on it for sure. And it's funny, though. It is funny. Will Fisk, hello to you. Damn, I missed a Ouija board. I will also be doing one as well here soon. Let us know, man. I'll share the link out, brother. You let us know ahead of time. And no, yeah, I did it, man, with my son. Nothing happened. I didn't push it. Honestly, probably because I was with my son, though. But nothing at that time happened. And yet there still was a little bit of activity here, even when my son was here, but around in the house. It's afterwards, since I've had the board here, I basically sleep beside it, so it's upset. It doesn't affect me. The boards don't affect me. I don't see them as demonic. Don't forget, if you put a lot of negative energy in these boards and you do try to do things and see demons and whatever, you're going to see them, and there's going to be some negative energy in that. If it's done with love and curiosity, it's a little different. It's not necessarily not as dangerous, but I see it that way. See? You just said it. But we'll be using a blessed by a high priestess Ouija board. See, it's taking the time to protect yourself and to at the same time to enter something good in the board. So it's a must, eh? J Atomic, evening to you. Yeah, listen, when I started, Nick, thanks, Nick. When I started with the Ouija board, it was a gift from a family member because it was Parker Brothers and it was in the game section beside Risk, Battleship, Electronic Battleship, and all the games that were there, right? And that's why, a lot of kids got them. Yeah, Kai, too many of them. Hello to you, Will Fisk. Still gonna scroll down. I want to see where Connie is here. Greg Herrera, spraying like crazy here in Tucson. Aren't you guys happy in America that I can pronounce Tucson, Arizona now, and not Tucson? I mean, there's no way of knowing that, even though my name used to be SCH. Who changed it when we landed here? Not from the moon, from Germany. Yeah. Eli Family 1983, hello to you. It bulldozed the largest pyramid in Belize. Are you serious, tinfoil hat? Really? Actually, that fascinates me because that's something that's unheard of, unprecedented when you think of it. Thanks again. Spring here in Tucson. It's a sunny day. If it's a sunny day, they spray till it's cloudy and the sun is blacked out. Greg, thanks for sharing that, bro. It's exactly what's going on here, by the way. Beautiful icon, by the way. It's what's going on here. That's exactly how it is. They make lines, even in consideration to the wind, and it blows over, widens, thickens. It's crazy. K-Wood, I hope so. I believe it will. I believe they're going to maybe remember a long time ago, Ike was talking about David Ike, when they were sort of burning them down, those towers, and there was a lot going on, and then they stopped talking about that. They're hiding stuff from us all the time in the news. So unfortunate. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see about those pyramids. Geez, imagine them bulldozing pyramids. And do you think these pyramids act as a stabilizer for a safe run of the planet till moon came in and things changed like TG weather? Yeah, you see, interesting. And Oliver, yeah, he's one. You're another one. I know you're into the research and that. So yeah, maybe this has a lot to do. Those pyramids have a lot to do with weather stabilization, just like you're just saying. Just like makes sense. I like those theories. Those are interesting theories. Thank you very much, Darla, for letting me know that. And thanks to all who take the time to like the videos. Pentagon, real quickly, actually. The research is continuing, my friends. If you just arrived to this channel, take the time to subscribe. We have a lot of proof that there's someone on the moon, and we're in the time, the best time for anyone that's interested in ufology or UFOs. The three branches of military are continually revealing things about them, and they're talking a bit more transparently as compared to they have in the past, even though we're not getting much. I know we're getting crumbs, but it doesn't matter. It's still we weren't getting crumbs before. We weren't getting anything related to what was going on. They weren't telling us anything. DOD, Department of Defense. When somebody says DOD, it's Department of Defense. Space policy nominee highlights complex security challenges, facing the U.S. I'm only going to read a little bit about it. DOD nominee, defense, right? John Plum said he agreed with the Pentagon's call for a ban on kinetic anti-satellite tests using kinetic energy, guys. So right off the bat, this is Biden administration nominee to be Assistant Secretary of Defense, John Plum, for space policy told lawmakers on January 13th, that was yesterday, that the United States faces a complex security environment and has to prepare for the possibility of conflict extending to or originating in space. So to let you all know that it's important to hear this, even though most of you already know that that was plausible. They're still talking about um, the problems and dangers coming in space again, and an inevitable space war, most likely, or something. Um, Plum testifies at a Senate Armed Services Committee confirmation hearing on Thursday, alongside two other Defense Department nominees, Celeste Wallander, as we all know, that person. We're just starting to hear more about them, for Assistant Secretary of Defense for International Security Affairs, and oh my gosh, these long terms that they have, it's to hide everybody. Homeland Defense. No, I'm not done. Hemispheric Affairs. Anyway, as members of this committee are well aware, the security environment facing the United States at this moment in history is a challenging one, said John Plum. China, their behavior is a matter of grave concern, he noted, from its kinetic anti-satellite weapon test in 2007. So when I mentioned before the anti-satellite weapon test, these people have direct energy weapons. They're using free energy. These It's already developed, most likely. It's all around Earth. If it could be China or Russia and the States just simply fighting for who's going to have the most advanced technology, is so stupid when you think of it. China's behavior is a matter of grave concern, he noted, from its kinetic anti-satellite weapon test in 2007 that created a persistent debris cloud. So there's a lot of debris out there. We're seeing a lot of objects go by. Peter Benton saw an object. I see an object yesterday. Everyone around the world, Denmark, Romania, people are seeing things in the sky all the time, right? Persistent debris cloud it created is because of China, to the uncontrolled re-entry of a rocket stage last May. China has not yet demonstrated that it's a responsible spacefaring nation. Russia is another major challenge, says John Plum. Russia views space as a key enabler of U.S. military power, which is true, developing technologies to disrupt and destroy U.S. and allied space capabilities in crisis and conflict. So, blah, blah, blah. What it comes down to is that they're yet again admitting that there's problems in space. They're going to send out something for defense. We're going to see a war in space, right? We're going to see some massive explosions. This is just a theory, all over the sky one day, or for a day or two, and then they're going to say that it was something else, or I don't know. They're going to make something up probably. Virgin Orbit launches 7 CubeSats on third operational mission. So slipping that in there, they went on a mission, Virgin Orbit, and they just slipped in some CubeSats, right? Airbus books loft orbital order for Florida satellite factory. So a CondoSat operator, Loft Orbital, has ordered more than 15 satellites, more than 15 satellite buses from Airbus in a deal announced November 14th. So they're making a whole lot of things to bring into space. Pixel signs partnership with Rio Tinto for hyper spectral imagery. The Webb telescope. Everything is being formed right now and set up. That's what they're doing. I believe that all these stories have a relationship to one another. The Space Force chief, okay, let's talk about him. Technologist hints at future plans to rebuild digital infrastructure. Lisa Costa was appointed chief technology. A lot of women are being appointed as chiefs, even CIA, FBI, all over the place. Probably more sane. It'd be nice that they'd be more sane, wouldn't it be? Officer of the Space Force in September 2021. Washington, Chief Technology and Innovation Officer of the U.S. Space Force said the service is eyeing investments in edge computing, data centers in space, and other technologies needed to build a digital infrastructure. Interesting. So that's just a little bit more information on that. The stories are coming out. NASA, leasing bill was transformed into voting rights legislation. That's scary. Yes, here's one. Very interesting. We have to take a quick look at this. Orlando, Florida, NASA officials are holding out hope. Let me close the review bar. NASA officials are holding out hope that the first space launch system launch can still take place as soon as March, despite a delay in the rollout of the vehicle for a key test until mid-February. In an update on preparations for the Artemis 1 mission published on January 5th, 2022, NASA said it expected to roll out the SLS to Launch Complex 39B, which everybody knows, in mid-February for a fueling test and practice countdown called a wet dress rehearsal, because of course they seal the doors, waterproof them before they leave. Also, listen, guys, we're probably dealing with real space divers. That's what astronauts are. They go diving in the liquid of space, which is maybe some type of water in a different state. I don't know. Odd. NASA had earlier planned to conduct that wet dress rehearsal this month. However, the agency said December 17th, it delayed the rollout because of a problem with an engine controller. Say what they want. A computer system that operates one of the 4 RS-25 engines in the SLS core stage. Managers decided to replace the engine controller, a process that delayed the rollout. So blah, blah, blah. In December, NASA said it was reviewing launch opportunities in March and April. And this is for the Artemis 1 program. NASA will set a target launch date after a successful wet dress rehearsal test. The agency said in the January 5th update, despite a slip in the rollout to mid-February, agency leadership says a launch in March remains feasible. So the rush to get everything aligned for March. Let's see who else wants to align themselves for March. Maybe I'm talking too fast here as I'm going down. Well, Two Intelsat orders 2 flexible geosatellites for post-bankruptcy growth plan. Oh, look at this. A new NASA chief scientist to focus on climate change. That's never too good. Breakup of China's Yanghai 102 satellite linked to space debris collision. What happened there? Talking about this. U.S. space trafficking has linked the breakup of Chinese satellite Yanghai 102 to a collision with a small piece of debris from a Russian satellite launch, according to NASA. The Yunhai 1 satellite was developed by Shanghai Academy of Spaceflight Technology and launched in September 2019 into a sun synchronous orbit, of course, with an altitude of around 783 kilometers. It suffered a breakup event on March 18th. I like taking note of these dates because we get debris on those dates and we want to know what the hell goes on, they often only talk to us about these afterwards. So, all right. It's all stuff that, for me, where's Elon Musk? He was talking, there's something about Elon Musk here with his launch. NASA to start Astrophysics probe program. That's another one. And that's with another satellite in space that's coming in 2027. The reorganization of the Space Force into space is moving forward on as SDA ramps up the procurement of satellites for its low Earth orbit constellation. The Space Development Agency, created in 2019 as a separate entity under the office of the, see all these offices and subdivisions, guys? Under the office of the Secretary of Defense, will be transferred to the U.S. Space Force in October, the agency's director confirmed. Under the planned realignment mandated by Congress in 2020, National Defense Authorization Act. See, they're waiting for the. Let's go talk now. They're waiting for that money, the funding. Okay, it's the defense funding or something for that. Maybe I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's for the in the states the money that they use that they get to use for defense. All these programs are waiting and not talking because they're not giving any dates on anything or when they're going to go through because they're waiting for more funding. But in general, they're waiting to know what funding will be placed where. So, thank you very much. The stats. Yeah, K Wood says the 5G will fail. I certainly hope so. Honestly, I think they found something in that one Belize. Whilst let them bulldoze it, and no one tried to stop it for over a week. That's totally weird. You'd think a whole lot. Hello, Lisa Eckerly. You'd think a whole lot of people would be standing up for that, right? Right? That they wouldn't want that to occur. That they're ancients and whatnot. I did not, Lisa Eckerly, been having a lot of problems with my email, but I promised to look. I've heard a lot about them, though, the giants in Antarctica. Yes. Whether they're real or not, I've even seen some images and pictures of some big bones. I don't know why they're not bringing it out into the open completely. I wish they would. Tinfoil Hat, thanks for being here, my friend. Good night to you, Martin. Thanks again for being here. They're slowing, says Andrew Lepensi. They're slowly finding out the truth. Yes, I think they've figured it out probably about human anatomy that scares them, and now they're forcing chemical lobotomies to inhibit the human's supernatural ability. Because we believe a lot of the same things. I do believe humans have supernatural ability. There can be a lot of fight and controversy on that where someone's going to say it's not, it's God-given. Sure. Whatever you want to think, we still have it. And collectively, as a whole, as one, if we're all to align ourselves together, I believe just in thought, Andrew, just in thought, just by thinking of it, aligning our heads together to combat something that we'd be able to easily, just using that supernatural power, which is magical. right? Wonder where stories of Merlin come in. Well, we're very magical people, and I believe we were even more magical a long time ago. What was wrong with Bob Saget? Oh, what did... Now you're scaring the hell out of me. You see, we're talking about energy. Yesterday, I watched a documentary about Bob Saget, about about Bob Saget for no reason. About the show, Uncle Jesse and all he was talking about it. It's an entire documentary about Bob Saget, some personal images and stuff. I don't even know why I was there. So now what happened to Bob Saget? Did something happen to Bob Saget now? 5G could also be activation of nanotechnologies. I'm afraid so. I think it's that plus that. Yeah, absolutely, to do the tests. And without necessarily mentioning it, it just so happens that maybe it's the ones that are V'd that once that's activated, it could change something. Could make maybe some of the fetuses in their arms grow or something. I'm holding back here. I hate having to hold back because I would have some amazing theories to bring up. Ralph Winter, 5th of February 2010, IBM Research plans to announce that it has demoed a radio frequency graphene transistor with the highest frequency so far. So see how concerning that is in 2010. But it's all along the line of the same findings. It took everything. It's Nikola Tesla and all the technologies of Einstein and Isaac Newton and whatever they believe that they can do to try to... That's exactly what's being done. So the frequency is how I believe that they're actually trying to control us. I actually even believe that there's a frequency that can make people want to kill each other. There are frequencies, and this is a studied science. Okay, what I'm going to say is that there are frequencies like in New York, stations where the trains and the metros or whatever that are going by, the sounds at certain decibel points can cause you to see certain ghost-like entities and anomalies, and it's all done through frequency. So imagine being able to attack somebody through a frequency that is completely silent but deadly, like a big fart. Oh, anyways. No, but seriously, silent but deadly, that nobody would know what's going to hit them. What's that smell? We all fall dead. Yeah, right. Lots of special stuff. Oh, Penny Bunny. No, thank you, Penny Bunny. We do not want any porn links. Oh, he was already blocked. My mods are so awake. Thank you, my friends. Katrina. Milbrad, they don't want things to grow. That's right. They don't want things to grow, and they don't want us to know nothing. Thanks, Darla. Yeah, that's right. And I think these light stripes that appear from Earth into sky visible in some space pictures are the fields of all the pyramids. Interesting. Very interesting. Thanks, Oliver, for sharing that. It's going on everywhere in the sky. They are hiding. Yep. That's it, John Black. It's going on in all the countries. Everyone has something going on up in the sky. The debris or UFOs that I capture here, or asteroids or meteors, go around the world. A lot of people are seeing them. It's covered in space debris around Earth, apparently. So I could only imagine that there are some very, very big objects. Maybe there's like thousands of objects that are as big as a fist. No, we won't see those, but they're some of the most dangerous ones. They do the same every day here in Florida at sunset to block the sun. And it's repetitive, eh? And the sun goes, and then a bunch of those strips in the clouds, and then it forms a complete orange sky, and they do that all the time repetitively. Yeah, a lot of my messages are being hidden from Bruce. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, silly, stupid problems like that stopping us from saying everything. Eli, welcome. Hey, Connie. Nanomaterials in their place, IBM. Yeah, and that's probably why, Ralph. That's right. That's why IBM was developed. All part of a bioweapon or a weapon. Maybe there's even some bioweapons as a part of that plan. See, that's what happens. Thank you, Greg. Thank you. You know, no matter who I show, it's Tucson, right? It's Tucson, Arizona, is how I say it now. I say it properly. There's a song, the Beatles, Get Back. Get back to where you once belong. You know, once knew a guy who went down to Tucson, Arizona for a bag of weed, is what they say in the song. But he says for a bag of grass. But still, I said, oh my gosh, Paul McCartney is saying Tucson. Is it just because of his English accent? Or could he be right? Of course he's right. Yeah, the power plants. Lights are buzzing around power plants. Lights are buzzing around everything. But those lights could be the power source now. Imagine having accessible power anywhere you are. Just that light that's going around, that no matter where you are, or no matter what device or direct energy weapon that you want to activate, maybe those lights that are going around are the grid. And they're all being monitored by us spraying with chemtrails so that we can actually see them come up on boom, sonars. We're laughing, but it's basically what they're doing, probably. You know, definitely. Vitamin D from our sun makes us healthy. That's absolutely, Katrina. That's another thing. What are we going to do when there's no sun? We'll have to be taking our vitamin Ds. I have some to compensate. Victor Levic, comment ça va, mon frère? Un gros merci, man, d'être ici. They came around the clock here over Fort Campbell. Unreal, eh? Yes, Connie. Now you're talking. Check out Scott Sion's Planet X channel, latest video yesterday, for some mind-blowing images of the object orbiting the sun. Thank you very much, Mix Mayhem, for that. Yeah, exactly, Darla. Yeah, we don't mention VAXED here and pronounce it, but and they know. Great appreciation. I know we're not lingering on the story of the V, but the fact that you took the time just to write the V, guys, you saved my channel. I'll be honest with you. Merci, mon frère Victor. I planted new grass on October 21st, and about 2 weeks ago, they sprayed so bad, counting over 80 spray lines. Hey, that is crazy. And the next day, my grass was so burnt. Yeah, that's for sure. Crazy stuff. Hey, David White, thanks for stopping by, man. Hey, happy visit with family or friends, bro. Hello to you and everyone in your household, David White. Thanks a lot, man. The divine sorcerer in the house. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Love you for it, man. I'm still waiting for the Gov to kidnap all the UFO abductees. Yeah, could it come, or are they just going to monitor us? Mark my words, all of those people will be the unveed, most likely. Now UVC is now hitting the ground and shouldn't. Yeah, tinfoil hat. That's a yes. Major problem with the sun, bro. What's going on here? The UV light not going back up. It's remaining trapped here under the clouds too, causing like in French, an effet serre, a greenhouse effect. Those things are real. There's some reality to some of those things there. Thank you very much, John Black, for being here, you guys. Laurent Carlier, merci mon frère d'être ici. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, it's interesting, I am Kai, but see a lot of, yeah, exactly. Planetary activation. In other words, they're going to activate what's already out there, but connect it all together. The communication. So we can all communicate to whoever, whatever the hell's on other planets. I am Kai. You believe people that have been passed off as crazy people on Earth for years that have gone by can actually communicate or hear voices in their heads without being crazy, that could actually be something outside connecting with a certain part of your brain. Our brain is our antenna, right? Our brain is our antenna, but it has a whole bunch of other parts to it, right? So it's like asking somebody that has never seen a human being or a being with legs or arms or heads. If you show a human to someone, they're not gonna know what the hell they're looking at. It's all about the science. It's all about the information that we have. We look up at the sky, and everybody tends to know what everything is because of what the governments and everyone says. And the ones that take their own initiative to come up with something theoretical or something is like, ooh, you lost it. But in reality, let me tell you, if you ever break any ribs, you're in for some again. See, it's another thing now. I was talking about that the other day. Are you listening to my phone calls, Christopher? There's everything you mentioned. I've been talking about that on the phone yesterday. I broke 2 ribs day before yesterday, and it's hard to breathe. Ooh, jeez, bro. Take a load off, man. Yeah, exactly. I've only bruised them, but then again, maybe I did break them a long time ago. Great painful, and it was actually that time that somebody had broken into where I was living, and it's beat the living hell out of me, busted my ribs, my head, and everything, looking for someone else. And yeah, it's like little breathing spurts. You got to be careful. It's hard. It's like near impossible to breathe. Got lots of good, half decent imagery from all over the solar system, everywhere, especially moons and asteroids. Yep, have had something going on as something going on. Absolutely. And some of these asteroids, Orwell's Bud, LGB, some of these asteroids have moons around them. We heard very recently Nereus, if not Nereus, I could be mistaken. It would be the one that went by before. It had a moon. I think it was Nereus that had a moon around it. So very interesting. You can be sure that they're all analyzing what's out there, guys, for sure. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Thanks again, Divine Sorcerer, for being here. Comment ça va, Joël Saint-Jean? Plus, tu as la meilleure des... Ah, merci. Tu as les meilleures vidéos de une personne arrive à ta cheville. Je t'aime fort, Joël Saint-Jean. Merci beaucoup. T'es super, super gentil. Es-tu prête à signer un contrat pour que je puisse... je peux te faire de quoi avec ça? Merci, Joël. Victor Levic, my friend in the house. I've been noticing, says Andrew. Jumps up to 25 meters SV of rads during the daytime. Normally, yeah, radiation. Normally 5 to 15. So yes, there is more radiation coming through the atmosphere. There definitely is. The sun. Hang on here. I didn't look at the sun today. Peter did. Yeah, yesterday morning, I think. I keep saying he did this one. I think, well, yesterday morning, very recently. Before more recent than I did, anyways. I just want to take a look today, real quickly, at the sunspots. I always go get them myself, and when I can't, I go to this place where they show just the sun, what it looks like, so I know if it's active. I bet you there's 3 big black spots before even opening it up. You see that's too bad. Wow. The sun is aggressive. We got the 29 that's activated, 2930 reactivated, spots all over the place. Well, we got time, couple of days, 2-3 days, it'll get probably really crazy. But high possibility for aurora to appear in the following high latitude regions. Never areas of people that I know. If you're in Kirkenes, Tromsø, Murmansk, or Vorkuta, or Kiruna, maybe you're in Ulu, or Torreshaven, or Reykjavik. What a beautiful place. Trondheim, Arkahalik, Norilsk, Luria or Ulmia. Oh, also Kuopio, Berganosio, and Sunsvalilupio. So if you live there, you're going to maybe see some auroras tonight, some auroras. If you don't live there, I don't think anybody lives there. The strength of the interplanetary magnetic field is moderate. The direction is moderately south. Another thing, new studies when you're studying about the sun is certain things that they talk about magnetism, and it sort of predicts when there's going to be sunspots too. The disturbance storm time index predicts some moderate storm conditions right now on the sun, guys. A trans-equatorial coronal hole was detected in an Earth-facing position. Oh, right now, you guys. Okay. Well, I wish I was filming the bloody sun right now, unfortunately. But you never know. Maybe it'll come out a bit later and I'll get a chance to see it. So, yeah, trans-equatorial coronal hole was detected in an Earth-facing position on Friday, right now, January 13th, January 14th, 2022. And there's the image of it. Pretty bad. Yeah. So the sun again, bad again today. So that means be expecting some coronal mass ejections. This day in history, solar flares 2002, 1999, 2015, 2005, 2022 now. Solar flares. So more and more we're getting solar flares, seeing incredible solar flares. Hey, wait a minute. I don't know if that's possible. So that means there's probably a big ass spot right now facing. Holy crap. Which could arrive in 3 days. All right, so buckle down, guys. At the same time, they're going to be locking me out of Walmart in the sack here because I'm unvied. We could see some problems with your connection. If you have problems with your phone, if you work at the bank or work in a governmental agency where there are computers, you will experience problems like most of the people listening to me here today. Which I believe they'll be talking about more geomagnetic storms, obviously, some more stuff. So, yes, there's definitely a lot of radiation coming towards Earth right now, actually. China and Russia already have killing satellites. Yes, they do. Will destroy other satellites. Yeah. So now what's going to happen is this is why that's their challenge. This is what the Pentagon just said moments ago, hours ago, that the challenge is going to be with the problems of their capabilities, both China and Russia, in shooting down satellites from the States, anti-satellites, anti-missiles, whatever the satellites are being used for, they're going to be able to shoot them down. So they're going to have to come up with another technology, or, hey, here's something really stupid. Maybe get along. Imagine them getting along and all three countries investing everything they have in getting this shit out there. It's still so stupid when you see what they're doing. So there's lots of jumps in the radiation up and down, which is very concerning. Scientists are saying it's very concerning too. Space Gal, thank you very much for being here. Hi to you. It's getting crazy out there, guys. If aliens are hostile, we're sitting ducks. Yes, of course. There's nothing that we could even do. And the cool part, they're probably advanced enough to be able to get rid of us pretty quickly without us feeling anything. Does it feel so bad when you have to? I don't even know if I should talk about this, but I've always thought that. Maybe it's a morbid thought that I have. Nobody wants to die, except if it's done quickly. I don't care. It's funny. I shouldn't say that, but in reality, when you think of it, life goes on. We can never die. Only our physical body dies. I believe our thoughts are a part of our soul. It goes on. We bring it elsewhere. We can bring it elsewhere and forget it, where we can bring it back up anytime. Just like people that are hypnotized sometimes can dive down into their alternate lives or their ulterior lives in the past. It's the most interesting subject for me. Spirits, entities, ghosts, UFOs, which now I find has a lot to do together. I want to bring the paranormal investigative community with us here in the community of entities and UFOs and stuff, because I think that there's a lot of similarities. One's searching for things in the sky, one's searching for things here on the ground. But I think when you look at the comparisons of the findings of something paranormal for real, a real paranormal of it. Look at how come we all know that ectoplasm exists when nobody's ever seen any? How come we all know that sometimes water can be formed on the walls or on the floors when there's an appearance from these entities? Well, why? And we hear about it in movies, we hear about it in science, we hear about it when they talk about it in theory, but how come it doesn't all come out? So it remains something really, really hush hush. Ufology is hush hush. All these ufology associations out there that are talking about UFOs and stuff, they're just presenting theories. They have no credible evidence aside from maybe a few UFO videos and lights. And, there's daytime lights, nighttime lights. They could be anything. It could be free energy. It could be a free energy weapon. And like I said, maybe they're connecting that way. All those lights roaming around are an electrical grid or some type of energetic grid where everything that's being done around the earth can be done by using this kinetic energy. There's free energy, in a vacuum where things continue on, like our universe, like where we are now here. We're talking about that just the other day, about certain things that cannot occur, whether they're in a vacuum or not. But you see, it scares the hell out of me talking about it because I'm not a scientist. But I learned the basics of little things, and I don't go any further than that. I don't want to know any further than that. But so they say, in a vacuum or not, All I know is I'm good at vacuuming. I don't know much about vacuums in space, though. Probably not exactly the same thing. Definitely not the same thing. Thank you very much, John Black, for making it what it is, my friends here. Happy Friday to you too, Space Cow. Need to watch the Disney movie Eternals. Thank you, Lisa. It will scare the crap out of you because this is happening too right now. This movie is really creepy. How close this is to real life happenings now. Thank you very much, Lisa, for sharing that, even though I answered you about an hour later. Let me scroll down. I'll stop leaving here and scroll down to where people are so I can say hello to everyone. I'm not going to say which comment I'm laughing at, but hey, business, profit. Merci beaucoup. Bonjour du Québec. Un gros merci pour le grand support que vous donnez, mes amis. C'est bien apprécié. Hey, Todd, how's it going? The Divine Sorcerer in the house says hello. Oh, Dana Schreiber's in the house. Hello, Dana Schreiber. Andrew, graphene becomes magnetized when in contact with body heat. So not a good thing, bro. They are RF scannable markers in your blood instant identification system, like China's social credit score cameras that scan you for its code, for IR code. We are becoming part robot, right? The artificial intelligence, they're going to start giving us chips in our brains. But you know what? What part of our body already has a chip in that nobody will ever know because nobody goes and probably gets into? I'm telling you, all these things coming out for sure. All those and even more, Andrew. What about the jellyfish? What about all that? Well, I'm not talking about them, but they put that into these. The jellyfish and the glowing parts. So they're going to activate the 5G. And I have this, I have this theory of us. Hey, Sensi, I have this theory of us of waking up one day where the governments will be able to see us little fluorescent lights like ghosts. They'll be able to see our soul because now that they've completely back engineered and if not, it'll make a hell of a good movie. They completely back engineered humans. They're even back engineering the universe. So they've back engineered humans. They know exactly what's going to go on. They're going to have us on a grid with all those lights and colors going around. They'll integrate a few frequencies, of course, because they've obviously tested on many animals. There's more testing going on the monkeys. They're doing that. Do you hear about that? All thanks to our Fauci. Going to be doing some more testing on monkeys. Monkeys that are tested wind up in cages and develop traumatic. They develop excruciating behavior where they bite their fur, they pull their fur off of themselves, they bang their heads, and become closed in, they become aggressive and stuff. And the worst of it is they're testing on monkeys for something that has absolutely effing nothing to do with monkeys, because monkeys, for that particular thing they're talking about, I'm not going to mention it, monkeys don't have that problem, but humans do. So they're testing something on monkeys that monkeys have a certain problems, but humans don't. For what? Why are they doing that? Makes me sick when you think of it. Tucson. Hope you're pronouncing it right, Cam. On my bucket list, Cam. For me, it's a dream to go down to Arizona because first it was the love of photography. I love the people. I love the accent. I love the idea. I love the history of Arizona and everything. I love the genealogy of the place. I love the topography. I love the minerals that are there, the crazy crap that happens. Me on a bucket list, if it would have been for all this crap going on, I would definitely be down in the States, roaming around in certain very many different states, in the desert, doing some experimentation in the sky, taking amazing pictures. It's like, the lettuce. Let us see. Wish nothing but peace, says Dana Shiver. Love and light to y'all, for real. We have to stop the hate somehow. Yes, agreed. You know how? By facing the shitheads and demons. But there's too many good people out there, and a lot of good people just blow those things off, and the other ones suffer. Dana's awake, and so am I, and I'm sure you understand exactly what I mean. We have shitheads all around us, trolls in the channels that are just doing painful things to make other channels crash and stuff like that. All coattail riders is what I call it. We have the coattail riders. They ride on your coattail. They stretch out your clothing. They make you breathe heavy because you can't get ahead because they're always behind you, ready to leap in front of you. That's how it is. Fait plaisir, business, profit, mille, merci beaucoup. We go to war over weapons of mass destruction. Now they're injecting it. Yeah, I'm not gonna change what you said. It's 100%. I could have said that out of my words 100%, and I would have said, hey, that's a smart thing to say. It's true. So the 5G and all that's really scaring me. Like Andrew was saying, but it's in our blood. It's about the blood. The 5G was affecting the oxygen molecules, Andrew, in our blood cells at one point. This is like years ago that they were talking about this, and then they said they shouldn't be doing the testing of it and whatnot. How do you think they're driving the animals out of the forest? What do you think is going to happen to them? Why did fish start dying off in large groups? Why did animals, mammals, and as much the life in the oceans as to the life out of the ocean? Excuse me. I guess I need a cough drop. Do I have any left? Yes, I don't. I'm left. I did. A little bit of cough medicine. Yeah, same here. It really is. And we may not always have sunlight around us either. So sorry. I'm having a problem with this friggin' chair now too. See, Kai, we said let's see if things go good for the next 3 days, which they will. I actually absolutely believe that they will. Kai, hell of a good job on that stone, man. That looks fun to do. I want to start doing some of that, what Kai's doing. Mary Cooper, what are 5G towers for? Yeah, well, they have the reason of what the 5G towers are for. Okay, we all read up the reason, but is it the real reason? And let's just for the fun of it, let's go see the meaning, exact meaning, real quickly. Google will throw to us what are 5G towers for. And it's for a better reception, right? It's to make us closer to one another, to have access, like none of it, to have access to the internet. This is basically the only thing they're saying. I have a friend, Christy, in one of the states here that's saying, well, they're going to have better phone connections because of the 5G. I do believe some of that will help certain areas, but I just don't believe that that's what necessarily it's going to be used for. There's a lot of 5G issues overshadowed by I can't even talk about them. Overshadowed by the V and the C conspiracy issues. I like that. So, like we were talking just with Andrew in the blood and everything. So I'm not gonna get into it too much. Unsubstantiated claims that connect the new mobile technology to the spread of have led to people to destroy 5G masts in several countries. Such actions overshadow concerns about health effects of the technology that are real and legitimate. Very interesting. 5G towers set on fire. Remember that? The claim that there is a link between the 5G and the pan, nevertheless, went viral in the Facebook groups, messages on WhatsApp, and in YouTube videos, in parallel with the C spreading across the P planet. Well, not so it's about what I was saying, right? Could it be frequency related? Is what they're saying. So the theory is that the C, has either been caused by the frequency used for the new mobile technology, right? Everything that's going on is because of that 5G. It could be, or that the signals harm people's immune systems so that they are easy targets for the C. Get it? Right? So if it's not causing the C, it's causing an immune vulnerability for the C to implement itself. Online fear and anger is spilled into the offline world, and it's normal. People have the right to speak up, and people should be speaking up, should be speaking with each other about this situation. Since the beginning of the C lockdown, they've been around. So there were about 90 of those attacks on those towers. That's a lot. And they're in different countries too. It's not all in the same country. I don't know if you all remember, like me, the first that we had heard was David Icke that was talking about it, and it was in the UK. There were issues with that. 90 sabotage attacks on mobile masts in the country, in the country, okay, just here, just in the States. To Sky News, telecom engineers out working at infrastructure have been assaulted, also spat on, and forced to flee. Angry people. Well, wake up. Towers have been vandalized, and there we go, in Ireland. And that was the first area where I had said, well, UK, in Cyprus and in the Netherlands is where the 5G towers were attacked at one point. They talked about it. So again, here they're talking about it being, in theory, like I said, there's a lot of theories around the fact that the sea could be from that. There's no evidence that there's a relationship between 5G and the spread of the C, just reading what they said here. We don't know that. It is inappropriate to raise these rumors, right? But whether it be rumor or not, people are worried about it. I'll tell you what, if everything that people bring up is just a rumor, why are people upset? If somebody says that the towers have testicles, why is somebody worried about someone proving it? If everyone knows that there's no genitals on a tower, why are they afraid that someone's going to go prove it? But that's exactly what they're doing. They're exposing the balls of those towers. Can you read between the lines? It's serious. Frequency, radio frequency, electromagnetic fields. That's what we're dealing with, guys. Radio frequency, electromagnetic fields. Ear problems, eye problems, throat and mouth problems, tinnitus problems. I'm not a doctor. I'm going to name a whole bunch of things. A problem that our friend has also with Lombardo. Anyways, all these things that affect someone's balance and stuff with what's going on. Some people are saying, well, it's that, or it could be 5G. Some people are saying, well, it could be asteroids. Just so many theories out there that remain very interesting. RF, EMF. See, this is what I'm going to get. I am going to order the EMF gauges and the magnetic frequency gauges and the RF, and there's a whole bunch of them for paranormal and ghost searching. And maybe I'll need some help and information about that with my friend Sprad Paranormal to invest in the proper things, but I think it would be interesting. So there definitely is an energy problem around us, right? So some activists claim that it is known that the RF EMF exposures, including radiation emitted from 4G and 5G, cause decline in our immune response. And again, I'm not saying whether this is correct or not. In this article, they say it's incorrect. But like I said, this guy is just dissing all theories and conspiracies. What's wrong with a conspiracy? Can't somebody have a flied conspiracy? I don't know. I don't see what it affects by making people believe a certain thing. I don't know, unless it changes the world. Me, when I share information here, I don't go around telling people, sure, we got to stand up and defend ourselves, but I don't tell anyone to go to any institution to do any sabotaging or anything. I mean, it's not going to come from my mouth. I can effectively scan people who might get abducted and taken out of the Earth's atmosphere. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's a sensor on you. They can have a light on you. Maybe some of that jellyfish glowing juice inside of you. They're going to be able to detect you with the 5G. There's Elon satellites around the globe. It's a global tracking system against alien abduction. And that, I confirm to you that what Andrew just said on the bottom, that it's a global tracking system against alien abduction. Satellites are being used. The three branches of military said so. The Pentagon said so. First off, that they're filming the UFOs and they're documenting all the information about where they are, what are they doing, the characteristics of them and stuff like that. So basically, what I'm doing here on the channel with all of you, we're doing the same thing, So Mary, thanks for that question. That was a good, interesting question. I find it has a lot to do with what's going on. It has so much to do with everything, because everything there's a possibility for everything, right? What if the 5G is what's causing the sun to be disruptive instead of the other way around? So I know I'm open-minded on the theories and stuff like that. I know some people a lot smarter than me will come here and say, well, we're able to, which is true, we're able to rule out a lot of things when, for example, when you understand what, a vacuum in space, when you understand, but the problem is, how can anyone or everyone understand it all? And if there's always fighting on what is what, and in general, science is a theory. I confirm that to you. There's nothing concrete with science. It's all theoretical, right? Just like mathematical equations that Albert Einstein whipped up for the atomic or nuclear bombs. Well, we overthrew the reach of what they wanted to do in the States and made the bombs a lot bigger. That's why they're testing in Arizona, right? Hey, ici aussi, hey, Victor, incroyable. Ça a plongé mon frère jusqu'à moins 32 Celsius ici dans le bout. C'était comme fou braque. It's about self-organizing graphene nanoparticles that can be steeled by frequency. It's called a smart dust technology. Yep, I've been reading all about that too. But is there a way to destroy that smart dust inside of ourselves? Is there a way to inhibit it, or to stop it from functioning, or to stop that connection of them being able to locate us? It's all going to come out. They're already working on that for sure. I bet there's someone's talking about it right now already. I want to thank each and every one of you for having taken the time to come to my channel. Take the time to subscribe, to like the videos. It really does help a lot. We're at 91,000. I'm approaching 91.9. Yeah, I wish 91.1, which will come up soon in a couple of subs. 30-40 subs away from that. So thank you very much. It means a lot to me to have a lot of interest in the research that I'm doing and stuff. And like I say, even the older videos when I started out, the silly older videos, I kept them all up. Everything's there. Nothing's hitting. You can actually see the success as I achieve slowly going ahead forward. I posted on the members yesterday, for those of you who didn't see the video, a little part of when I was talking on October 17th, I believe it was, in 2016. It was one of my first moon videos, and I laughed because I never went back, and I started seeing myself questioning about the vegetation, about water. I had already gone to see what NASA had spoke about water in the poles, leaving the north, go down to the other poles, and it was just an interest that I had in being able to prove exactly what I'm filming, like the atmosphere and the vapor that we're filming around the moon. I talk about the moon outgassing also. It was many years ago. So a lot of you tell me maybe the moon is venting, and that's a lot like what the science of it all is, outgassing. So damn right, Julie. Only room for love. That's right, you guys. But we all have to be together, right? It's like and the problem is, which is normal, a lot of us are hot or cold. It's not how it works. It's a lot of us are lukewarm. We're between stages. They say we can't be half good. We're either good or bad. So that's what I've been working on all my life, and I'm sure everyone else is. That's what all humans have to work on, is being a better person. Is what I've been trying to do, anyways. Somebody wanted to know what the link to that Planet X channel was. Feel free to post it if someone can. If not, shout out the name. No problem. No problemo. Carlos Skywatcher, how's it going, my brother? Happy New Year, man. As soon as the Pentagon realized UFOs are real, they rolled out the V to track their cattle. That's what I believe. Maybe they did something so that there couldn't be a change to us, something that the aliens are trying to maybe introduce to us, that they knew by giving out the V and adding something into it that could do that. But again, I'm not ruling out that those SOBs are trying to kill us and depopulate the world. Georgia Guidestones, New World Order, both presidents, the Bushes, all three of those mothers, they were talking about them over the years, from the first, the second to the third, when it was going to go through. That's how it is. David, je ne veux pas faire le troll, mais c'est déjà plusieurs fois que mes commentaires disparaissent. Ben, sens-toi pas mal, David, pour le mentionner, mais ça me fait même un grand plaisir que tu le mentionnes. Mais malheureusement, s'ils disparaissent, c'est pas nous autres. Ça va être un troll ou quelqu'un comme ça. Tout le monde qui sont bloqués ici, moi, je vois le rapport tout de suite, puis j'ai dû le refuser aussi. Puis si jamais il arrive quelque chose, quelqu'un est en train de te bloquer pour rien, mon David, laisse-moi le savoir. Mais comme je te dis, tu n'es pas tout seul, David. Si ça arrive à tout le monde, mais ça n'a pas rapport avec moi, ça. Si tu disparais, c'est toi, ça. Il peut y avoir un troll sur ton cul, il peut y avoir un troll qui est en train de empêcher le monde à se rendre ici. Malheureusement, on en a plein de trolls. As always, Darla, it's always been always only love here. Like I say, it's the ones that aren't lukewarm. You know how I am, Darla. I'm telling you, they say some people shouldn't hold grudges. Well, it's not really holding a grudge, but the people that did hurt this channel to harm it, I will never forgive. That's 100%. 100% for sure. They could be planning an uninhibited scientific observation of us. Could very well be a test to see our reactions to maybe certain things. I don't know what they're testing. We are being tested for something. There's definitely something going on. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not just rocks, man. You know, I don't know if you look pretty much down to earth, and I, Christy Lindsay's like that. I know a lot of people that are like that. A stone as a gift, my friend, has a very significant meaning. I don't know if you know that. And we ain't talking about the Masons. We're talking about something very, very, for me, it's the most beautiful gift. Whether it be something natural and, you know, I got a whole bunch of stones all the time, all over here, all the time. A friend that gave me this, which I like, and I promised her I'm going to carve it one day for her. Christy gave me that one. That's a cool one. Bat winged creature. Awesome. We live in a very magical. Andrew said it, and I've said it lots of times. We're supernatural. We're magical. We're a magical being, a being of everything that we used to do a long time ago has never come out. You know, it's all hidden. That's right, my friend. J'ai pas vu si tu as vu ou répondu, mais toi, la belle Darla, ça va? Excuse-moi, mon Victor, mon frérot. Yep. Yeah, exactly. There we go. He said it. He dared say it. The pineal glands, rods and cones. It forms a triangle right here over the center of you, but it's true. Forms a triangle right over you. Not a Masonic triangle. You got to tell everyone, eh? Wake, woke. The pineal gland, rods and cones. Evolution doesn't make mistakes or useless body parts. That's right. But, and you know it, they can make body parts that are on standby. For example, a human race that's going to have that body part for 1,000 years before activating it, or activated when needed, is what I believe. Is why some of us have the pineal gland activated. There's the hiccups. Goodness. Fasting. Hey, do any of you do any fasting? It's healthy. Look up there. I'm not telling you to go 3 days and die, but fasting and, you know, little things that in life that I was really happy to learn, and most people are going to laugh at. It's just silly little things, like when somebody tells you that cancers feed with sugar, you know, or maybe fasting or not eating any sugar for a while will help you, right? The diatomaceous that I had mentioned to you all, again, anything I mention here, it's I do not talk about medicines. It's a food grade diatomaceous, obviously not the ones to kill rats or to get rid of them. Maybe not necessarily kill them, but unobstructed observation. I believe, Andrew, something is coming up. They're here, they're watching us, they're looking at what's going on. And who says that they're not trying to aim for the elites that are using nuclear or hypersonic missiles in space? So here's the problem. It could be just because they're going to go try to blow up an asteroid in space, right? But maybe that asteroid is not an asteroid, and maybe they're going to cause a problem. Imagine making an asteroid blow up, okay, and have that bloody asteroid be a ship, an alien extraterrestrial ship. So there's something, they are watching over us. They have been all the time, but just now they're more present. They're buzzing warships now and everything. So oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You will definitely see that. Pakistan gamers. James Webb. It could be. James Webb could definitely fail, my friend. And it's not even funny. It's serious. And another thing, then it'll be funny. You know, they just deployed everything on it there. Everything's deployed. Everything's ready. They deployed the antenna. Everything went well. Took 3 or 4 hours. And someone's, maybe Pakistan gamers, maybe someone's going to shoot it down. Who knows what's gonna happen? Pineal gland sees something that is not affected by any light. That's right. And it's hidden in darkness. Hey, Shadow 71. My pleasure. Ça fait plaisir. Un gros merci. Puis merci d'avoir pris le temps de venir voir la chaîne aussi. Puis pour l'intérêt pour les recherches, je vous aime fort. Merci. Shadow 71, ça me fait plaisir. Thank you for the hat, she says. It's my pleasure. Hair is our antenna. Yeah, that's what I like hearing, Oliver. Oliver's awake. I like these theories. Indian tribes know and cannot understand why white men cuts off his hair. That is very true, Oliver. That is very true. And a lot of races don't even. And if you look at it any way you want, even right up to the Arabs, right? Muslims and whatnot, different cultures that have the long hair. It's true, We had long hair here. It started back in the 60s. And even today, while we're considered hippies, people that have long hair. I used to have long hair way down my back. And then it, thinned out and got old and started looking like Einstein's hair. So I cut it off. But it's very true. They could be receptors or antennas for sure. Definitely. That's even better. Saying I love those. Yeah, Pakistan. I know it. But it's true, Pakistan gamers, though. It really is true. James Webb can fail. It's out there. They're not going to let it go too far into space, probably. Wow, man. That is awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, Kai. You brought a lot of energy to the channel here. A lot of effing positive energy, and I love it. And a lot of you people are eccentric and unique and really open-minded and have sometimes eccentric ways of doing certain things. Well, I hear you on that. I like people that do things without a rule. You eat your bowl of cereals in a glass. Why is it so funny? It's true, right? Little things that everyone does. You got to wipe your butt like that. You got to eat like that. You got to drink that way. You got to lie down that way. If you go camping, you absolutely have to do that way. The fire has to be like that. The tent has to be like that. Well, if you start doing different than everybody, well, it's not that you're not right, but everyone's going to be totally lost and laugh the friggin' hell out of you for sure. Yeah, or an antenna, the hair. Exactly, right? Maybe a nose is an antenna. If so, some people have some really big noses and they must be really far out into space. Like my troll, Brico. Oh, he was like, Jesus. 2 seconds before I'm ending the friggin' stream and he mentions my name. Ça fait plaisir, David. My pleasure. Thanks a lot. Merci beaucoup. Un gros merci. Damn right. It's coming. White space? Yeah, exactly, Mary. I hear you're on it. Good for you. Same here. Pakistan gamers, thanks a lot for stopping by the channel. Pakistan in the house. Know a lot of cool people from Pakistan also that come here online over the years. Lots of them. Dennis, thanks, man. Merci, mon frère. Thanks, you guys. I am going to get off to go make that other video for you all. Wow. That's intense, dude. That's pretty effing intense. Makes you wake up friggin' fast, eh? Yeah, some people appreciate the longer hair. Exactly. Sometimes a change or looks better, or put a little more spice in your love and your life there. Change up the hair. Change your man. Dress him as someone else. Like dress him up like your neighbor and do him. No, I'm kidding. Maybe not that bad, but a little change sometimes is nice. Hey, thanks for doing so, Ralph. Kai got another sub. Those 3 days of crap, Kai, are starting off to a good start, man. I don't know if white space exists. It depends what white space do you mean. Do you mean like white space, like a bunch of people playing tennis with, in space and stuff, like a bunch of white people in shorts and sweaters, or do you mean white light? That was bad, man. It was a break-in, eh? So, and the first thing in their effing heads is when they break in, they don't want to see anyone. Well, me, when they broke in, I went back afterwards because I forgot something when I left, and I wasn't supposed to go into the house. And they came down the stairs halfway up when I was halfway up, and they dragged me up. They beat the hell out of me, beat the living shit out of me in my house. And I was at my thinnest. I had lost so much weight. I was probably about 179 pounds, 180 pounds. I was that once in my life for 3 months, I think. Now I'm here. Back up. Sorry to hear about that, Kai. Oh, I believe it. When you know that the end is near and something shit's happening, you're going to go, poke his eyes. You know what I mean? You go for the kill. You didn't do anything wrong, and that guy's in your house. He's going to try to kill you because he doesn't want you to be there. So you're going to have to defend yourself. Sad, morbid situation, but sometimes that's how it is. But those situations, I'm sure that's what you were trying. That's what you were trying to mention it for, is that it wakes us up. It makes us very conscious about what's going on around us. And I mean, really conscious about what's going on around us. Goodness, Caleb, that's what we need. My friends, thank you so much for being here. I keep saying goodbye now. I am leaving for real there. I do it because I don't like leaving fast. And we're here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're coming back in just a couple hours at 8 o'clock. It's 3 here right now. So that means in exactly 4 hours and 46 minutes, because it's 3:14, I will be back here. And doing a stream with you all. I'm going to talk about some other things. So like I said, I went to look at the space news, and that's what's going on, guys. They're waiting for the funding to come out to know for the Artemis program and the first firing test. So in a couple of weeks, be expecting a guys. Spring is on its way. Look at it the way you want. January is halfway through. Tomorrow will be halfway through. We got another 2 weeks to go in January. Then it'll be February, last 4 weeks of cold, and into March. And that's when the good stuff is going to start happening. I'll be watching also the sky tonight, and I'll get that video up for you all a bit later. Got hair in my elbow. I'm same age as Bruce. Damn right. I miss my hair, man. Oliver. Yeah, man. I always wanted to have the long hair, and I always had. I'd have to show you a few pictures of me with long hair, but I got rid of it. Too much of a big guy, man. With my long hair, man, I looked like the Lion King. It's like, He thought I had money because I worked a tattoo shop, but I was just a doughboy. That's exactly it, man. That's how it is. People will think certain things, and people judge people so bad. When I stopped working here, people said Bruce wound up on welfare case. He used to drive medical buses and then wound up on school buses. But in reality, I didn't wind up on school buses for nothing. They closed the contract, and I wanted to stick around because I decided with a little job over there will permit me a lot more time to do this job. And geez, I can't believe that I ever took that choice myself. A lot of people around me were saying to be careful. It was risky business. But if you're not too materialistic and all you want to do is just have enough clothes to look clean and to eat a couple times a day, and that's it. That's all you need. It's true. It's all you need. You accumulate little gifts over long periods of time, like buying a harmonica after 2 or 3 years. I don't have 15 guitars. I don't have 30 guitars. And there's nothing wrong about that. Who doesn't want to have a wall full of guitars? But it's important to know that people have various guitars because different guitar, different sound. That's always how it is. Yamaha, Takamine, all the different Gibson, they all have different sounds depending on what wood they're using and stuff. So I should have made this a music video. Sorry about that, John Black. Yeah, where I was, I didn't share it, but I'll be doing some more sharing of the screen. But where I was, it's a website where I'm going to get some because I'm monetizing it. I'm not allowed showing that news media. Hey, Crawlface, thank you so much, bro. I hope you're still there, man. Heaps. The comments are awesome. I'm all caught up. Thank you, Crawlface. And as always, I answer you late. So that means everything's right on track with us. We love you, man. A lot of us miss you here. I know a lot of people here come and go because they're very busy. I know Crawlface is still present, my friends. He's just working up a storm, which will permit him to have more time to come back and spend with us. But we're all thinking of you, Crawlface. All the girls are all talking about you. Lucky bugger. Yeah, I wish I could carry two. It takes about a year here to have a weapon and stuff. I did want to do it because it would have been safe. So what I did is I went the old school way, temporary, machete, bear spray. Pretty, gonna be pretty. I'm good. I'm good. Like if 10 bears come to the house, I'm good. So big 2-liter bottle of spray. You need those things sometimes. I'd never use it on anyone, but imagine a life and death situation, right? Bruce sent you pics of the inside of the chemtrails planes. Thank you very much for doing so, Lisa Eckerly. Shocking. That's probably they blocked it out. Shocking to know that it is happening, but what to expect from those lying fools? Yes, absolutely, and they are very real. The the space chems. What the hell? The chemtrail planes are very real. Yeah, definitely, Christopher Rollins. Anyone would carry for sure. It's a safety. It's I find it's important for people to mention it, to let people know. And that's how it is. Look in Texas. I had family down in Texas. They're all walking around with guns, guys. There's no fighting. Most of the places where there's guns all over the place, there's not too much fighting for nothing. Doesn't come to that, right? But not everybody has a mentality to use that. It's like, it doesn't mean because you can carry, you can pop people on the street there. It's still an illegal weapon, right? You're using. You said it. Too handy for quick tempers. It's ridiculous. Anyone with a quick temper, a gun there, if ever I pull out a gun on you or somebody, it's because I'm going to be in tears and it's going to be my last resort. And I'm going to pray to God, please let me not kill the person and stuff. That's where I would be able to point in someone's face. But if someone comes in with a machete and says he's going to kill me, honestly, it would be up, charge, and boom, right in the middle of the eyes. No problem. I wouldn't feel bad. I wouldn't feel upset. I'd grab the rag and soap, pick up the blood that was there, put them outside, wait for the cops to get there, put them in a Ziploc bag at a time. No, that's my mentality. I don't feel bad about people that want to attack others. I think they deserve not to be here when you think of it. Well, you said it, man. Like you have your head, Kai. It would have been stupid of you to carry back then if you were a bit more aggressive or something like that. But anyways, that's another thing, man. If you have a temper, and sometimes we get into it because you have a big temper or something like that, I take that into consideration, man. I take that into consideration. I don't feel so bad. I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to open up more to, to better myself. And we all have certain limits, but I'm always trying to extend those limits and barriers that are holding me back. That's like here, Katrina. Very, very thick cover. 13th. Yes. Hey, guys, I love you all. And I'll talk to you all very, very soon. And that's my address if you guys or gals want to send me something in the mail. 3 days ago, I went to the mail. Somebody told me they sent something, so I did not see again this week. So next stream, that means probably tomorrow or something when I go to the mail, I will have gotten mail from people. And I'm saying this each and every time now because a lot of you are concerned because you send me things that takes a long time to get here. I promise to let you know and confirm each and every time you guys send me something here. Like my friend Nick Savage that sent me a beautiful album and gift of his beautiful music. So thanks a lot, everybody. I love you very much. Love you loads. And I'll see you all tonight. Bring in your thinking caps. We can talk about anything. This was interesting. The 5G, it comes down to the same thing. We're always talking about the same things because the same crap is happening. We're waiting for new things to come out, which is bound to happen soon. We're in 2022. Look at all the crap that happened in 2021. I can only imagine what's going to come out now. Thank you very much, Julie. and all the mods and each and every one of you here for every way you support the channel. From Floyd to Peter Benton to Darla to everyone to Dana Shriver. I love you all so much. Thank you for believing in the channel and for keeping the love going. It's not always easy to interact together. When crap happens on certain channels, sometimes I still very honored and loved when I see you all able to come back to my channel and overlook some of these silly little fights. Love you all so much. I'll talk to you all in a couple of hours. 8 o'clock, Montreal time, next stream.